Hello, welcome to Cull the Weak Card Talk. I'm Brobnar89.
I'm Shaka.
We're back for our second week of Card Talk. Last week we did Unfathomable. Check out our playlist of all the cards from last week. This week we're going to be taking a look at new cards from House Logos. For our first set of cards this week, we're going to be looking at another set of linked rarity cards. Let's go ahead and jump into the first card.
Sure. Dr. Verokter is a 2-power human scientist with elusive. Reap. Put an action or upgrade card from your discard pile on top of your deck. So this is pretty nice. It's elusive, so you might be able to trigger this effect more easily. 2 power is not that much, but also I don't know how big of a target this will be, because when you reap, you have to put the card on top of your deck. You can't actually play it right away, but you could get something pretty important back. And this goes well with the common card theory or conjecture in this set, which allows you to either archive the top 2 cards of your deck or play the top card of your deck.
Yeah, it seems overall just like a less powerful version of Witch of the Eye. It's elusive, so it'll stick a little bit longer. It'll help you to set up your next turn instead of make your Logos turn go a little bit longer. It seems pretty decent on its own, but yeah, not super exciting. The next card in this series is Roof Laboratory. This is an artifact. It's a location. It reads, each friendly scientist enters play ready. That's pretty great. If the scientists from previous Logos sets are any indication, scientists can do a lot. Scientists have quite a bit of power in a lot of the Keyforge sets. So being able to enter play ready is obviously wonderful. It's not global, so your opponent does not benefit from this artifact.
Yeah, this is an amazing artifact. Anything that makes your creatures come into play ready gives you such a tempo boost in this game. And there's no downside to playing this unless they have a borrow or sneck lifter, in which case this card could become really degenerate because of all the great reap effects that you have in Logos and other sets. Like imagine Quants coming out ready, or Ganymede Archivist, just getting out of control. And there are a lot of pretty good things in this set. Like if you have the Tide and you're sending out a bunch of PI Swevens, reap, draw 3 cards, and they're just ready.
Yeah.
This could get quite out of hand. So I think this card, the other cards it comes with, I think actually make it a little bit worse, because this is like easily the best card in the series, in my opinion. So you have to waste space with Dr. Verokter and all the other things, which are, they're okay. But yeah, Roof Laboratory is very, very strong.
Yeah. The only similar effect that I can think of off the top of my head is Speed Sigil. And that's only the first creature you play every turn. And then it benefits your opponent as well.
Yeah, I mean, what else lets your creature enter play ready? Of Dusk Witch, which ends your turn as soon as you play it.
Yeah.
And then Fandangle, which has a complicated trigger condition. Pretty wild.
Yeah, and those creatures are a lot harder to keep them around.
Yeah. So you can have a big archives and then you have a Roof Laboratory and you just go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even an action. Like it could be like action. Your scientist enter play ready this turn. No, just straight up as soon as you play it.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see a deck with Roof Laboratory and a bunch of scientists being highly sought after. I think that's going to be something people are going to want to open.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, next up we have Reckless Experiment, which is an upgrade. And it's interesting. So in this series, there's a card of each type. So artifact, creature, upgrade, and action. So Reckless Experiment has an amber pip, and it says this creature gains reap, play the top card of your deck. So this is a synergy with Dr. Verokter, because as long as you trigger the reap effects in the proper order, you can actually play any upgrade from your discard pile or any action.
Yeah, of any house. That's pretty neat. Make any creature into Doc Bookton is basically what this upgrade says. And it comes with an amber pip, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. So I'd say this is the second best card in the group of 4.
Yeah. All right. The final one in this group is perhaps the most interesting. It is called Groundbreaking Discovery. It has an amber pip on it. And it reads, play if you control Dr. Verokter, Roof Laboratory, and Reckless Experiment. Destroy each card in play, unforge an opponent's key, and purge groundbreaking discovery. This is pretty wild. I don't think there's any other card in Keyforge that does this much stuff all at once if you can actually trigger it. It's a strange gizmo taped to a key hammer. This card does a lot of stuff. Of course, getting it to trigger is probably going to be pretty tough. Dr. Verokter is immediately going to become a target. And 2-power elusive, it's sticky, but you can get rid of it if the possible trade-off is going to be unforging a key. It definitely seems worth it. And it's not even like you give them the amber back when you unforge that key. It's just gone. So that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So I think I have to take back what I said. Like, this is probably the second most powerful card. Although Reckless Experiment gives you a lot of value, and it's like, the low end of it is better than the low end of this card. Like, the low end of Groundbreaking Discoveries, you get an Amber Pip and do nothing.
An Amber Pip, yeah.
But on the highest end, you sent out a bunch of scientists ready, they did their thing, and then you played this and you blow up everything, no chains, you get a Pip, and you unforge a key that they had. So if you put this in your archives, this is your bailout if things aren't going well. Or if things are going very well and you want to destroy their engine, then you set them back an entire key. So they're going to need a minimum of a turn to get back to where they were, plus the amber to pay for it. Mm-hmm. This does not end your turn when you play Groundbreaking Discovery either. You could play it and then refill the board with a bunch of other stuff. Completely fine. Yeah, I think if this fires and it actually unforges a key, it's going to be really, really difficult for your opponent to come back.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing if you can unforge your opponent's key and not pay them back. This is basically delete 6 amber. Like I said earlier, I think it's going to be really hard to pull off. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. 4 cards?
I don't know if it's going to be that difficult to pull off. Like, I think you're going to need Purge to really disrupt this. Mm-hmm. If you don't have artifact control, the Roof Laboratory is just going to stay there.
That's right. You can just put that one out. So you just need to hold on to the other 2 pieces until you get the third.
Yeah, or you could play them. Like, they'll probably turn up eventually. And then you want a Groundbreaking Discovery probably more toward the end of the game. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah, you put down the Doctor and Reckless Experiment. And suddenly, like, they have to take time off to address it, and you're building your engine, whatever, and then you come back with the finishing touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't even block this. I think you just need to purge one of the components.
Right.
Yeah, this is going to be a chase rare, I think.
If you get Groundbreaking Discovery early, you can just play it for the pip. And then once you have your other 3 pieces, you play down the Doctor, put the upgrade on it, and then you reap and you pull back Groundbreaking Discovery and trigger it. More and more as we talk about this, I'm thinking maybe it's actually not going to be that hard to pull it off.
Yeah, I think so. I think this would probably happen 25 to 33% of the time, at a convenient point. Because sometimes you might not want to do this. Like, if you have a much better board and you have similar key counts,
right?
It might pull yourself a little bit ahead, but maybe you don't even want to play that.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, this looks like a very exciting and fun set of cards. I'm definitely going to be looking for a Groundbreaking Discovery deck. I really want to pull that off. I'm sure it's going to be exhilarating the first time that happens. I would like to pin that all of our card images, all of our spoilers, no matter the original source, all of our information is coming from Archon Arcana. That is your indispensable guide to all things Keyforge. So thanks so much to the Archon Arcana team and Blinking Line for keeping the website running for the community. This has been Cull the Weak Card Talk. I'm Brobnar89.
I'm Shaka.
And check back tomorrow for another card.